Introducing Business Tech Guide, where business and tech meets endless possibilities. Join us whilst we explore the latest updates in the world of business and technology. Do not miss out. Hello viewers, and welcome back to Business Tech Guide, where business and tech meets endless possibilities. This is your go-to source for the latest updates in the world of business and technology. I'm your host, Nadia Chantel, and this show is sponsored by Tendo Technologies. We're diving straight into our first segment, Tech in Brief. Tech in Brief. Tanzania has restricted access to X amid rising political tensions, with the internet watch.net blogs confirming the outrage. The move comes after the arrest of key opposition figures. Meanwhile, Flutterwave has appointed Mitesh Popat as its new CFO. With extensive experience in global financial services, Popat will lead the company's financial growth. In other news, TikTok has launched its first Safety Advisory Council for Sub-Saharan Africa. The council, made up of local experts, will provide insights to enhance user safety across the region. That's all we have today for our Tech in Brief segment. A lovely thanks to our sponsor, Tendo Technologies. We'll be taking a brief break, and when we return, we'll dive into our innovator interview segment. Stay tuned.
Tendo, based in Ghana, a platform for individuals to resell products using social media.
My name is Felix. I am the CEO of Tendo. Tendo is a platform that enables anyone in Africa to start an online store with zero capital.
Tendo is a social commerce app for resellers. The platform has built a network of suppliers and then handles the fulfillment when an order is placed. For the resellers, after identifying the products they want to sell through Tendo's app, they can add a markup on the wholesale price, which is their profit, and they use social media to sell to their community.
They would find the products that they want, and we would guide them on how much they can price, how much profit they can add to the product. But once they share it and they generate orders, Tendo actually fulfills the order, so we deliver to their end customers and send their profits to them. These resellers act as sources of truth and recommendations for the end buyers. Their desire really is to leverage on that community to generate an income.
From an earnings perspective, Tendo isn't providing the equivalent of a full-time income for their users. That's by design. They are one part of their users' portfolio of work.
Our average user base earns right now about $60 monthly. And I think it's significant because a lot of these users are using the income that they're earning on Tendo for very impactful things. So paying for fees, paying for their children, buying essential things that they need. But our idea is to find something that's very easy. They can do it on their smartphone. They can do it while you're doing all their different other things. And then we can take the heavy lifting and just leverage on what they have, which is their drive, their skills, and the relationships that they've built.
Welcome back to Business Tech Guide on DGN. Today we're thrilled to have the country manager of Yango, Tom Ofonime. Yango is a ride-hailing and delivery service operating in multiple countries. It connects users with drivers through a mobile app, offering efficient and affordable transportation options. Tom, hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you so much for coming.
Happy to be here.
All right, so when we start this show, we ask rapid fire questions and then you answer it and then we go on to the main questions.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so first question is, what's your go-to app besides Yango?
I can't say the bank name, but I think it's my bank app.
Your bank app, okay. Cashless rides or payments? Cash
definitely
payments?
Cashless. I just want to get out of Congo.
Go in, quick.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So electric vehicles or hybrid?
Definitely electric, 100% electric.
Why not hybrid? You don't do it.
No.
Okay. AI in ride-hailing, is it exciting or is risky?
Oh, it's super exciting because we're already using it now, so we see the benefits.
Yeah, I saw that on your app. Okay, so carpooling or private rides?
You want to go private? Definitely private.
You want to go private? Okay.
Definitely.
All right, that makes sense. Okay, so now we're heading into the main questions. All right, so I want you to tell us what Yango is to you.
To me, Yango is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for every individual to be able to experience safe and affordable transportation, but it's also an opportunity for people to be able to earn a living. Most people see it as, a means to an end, and for me, being in a space where you can give people that opportunity is priceless. So it's an opportunity for me.
Oh, that's amazing. Because Yango is doing good things. You've employed so many people. So I see the work you are doing and it's amazing. So what sets Yango apart in the competitive ride-hailing and logistics industry?
It's a tricky question. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to sell my brand. But yes, the truth about it is that, and this is what attracted me to Yango itself, is in the model, right? You allow people do what they know how to do best. We're a tech company, we're able to bring tech solutions, but our model is such that when it comes to the drivers and the cars, we allow the professionals handle it, and that's what sets us apart. So we partnered with fleet owners, professional fleet owners, and so that's why you also see it in the quality of our drivers, right? It'll be harder for us as a company to focus on the tech and then attend to all the drivers, and that's why we onboarded these fleet partners, and they take care of the drivers. And so driver support is coming from these partners as well. So it's easier for you to have 50 professional companies attending to the issues of drivers than having just one big Yango trying to attend to all of them. So the power is in that model where we're able to, separate jobs for different people to be able to serve the riders better.
So you're big on customer service, that's what I'm hearing.
Very, very big on customer service.
And then driver service as well.
Very, very big on customer service, because you see, at the end of the day, right, you as a passenger, you're getting to a car of somebody that you are trusting because,
of
the
Yango,
app itself
exactly.
has referred. So we want to make sure that that person you're trusting is in the right frame of mind, is getting the right support, and is able to function optimally.
That is good. So you mentioned that Yango is a tech company.
Yes.
So I want to know, how is Yango leveraging this technology to enhance customer experience and operational efficiency?
There are many ways. I can give you examples. Think of you having a budget for a trip, and then you're like, okay, I'm going from here to the airport, and it's 50 cedis in my mind. You get to the airport and it's 100 cedis. I am sure a lot of people have been in that situation where the price changes, right? One of the things that we're doing with our technology is that we're doing smart pricing. We're able to use AI to predict what the trip would be like. So we know that at this time of the day, there's likely to be this traffic. At this time of the day, this is the timing of the street lights. This is the timing of... So we're using AI, collecting all that data and predicting. Happy to tell you that our accuracy is 96% now.
Wow.
And so when we give you a price range, 100% of the times, 96 of that we are very, very correct. Yes. And so that's what we're doing. We're also trying to ensure safety. So when you think about you putting yourself in this back seat of a random guy, there are a lot of things in terms of like biometrics.
In the backseat of a random guy.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. So we want to make sure that that person that we say is on the wheel is actually the person on the wheel. So we're using biometrics, Face ID. Sporadically, we prompt them to put their face, and even if it's your twin brother, but it's not you, we will know.
Wow.
So we're trying to make sure that passengers are safe when they go on each of these rides.
Okay, that's really good. So what role does innovation play in Yango's long-term strategy?
When we talk about long-term strategy, I'd like to give you examples of some of the things that we're thinking about. In terms of delivery, in some of our markets, we've actually introduced robots that would pick up your...
Really?
Yes, do your deliveries.
In Ghana or not here yet?
Not yet in Ghana. I mean, there is the infrastructural... let me not say deficiency now, but we're not able to do certain things now because, some of our streets haven't even been properly marked yet, right? Very good stuff they're doing with digital address that will help us as well, but we're thinking of those kinds of things. So in those kinds of lines, we're thinking of like electric vehicles, we're thinking of all those things, but right now our focus has been in making sure that we have the infrastructure for it.
So you guys are planning it?
Yes,
it's
in planning, but long term, we will get to the point where you want to do a delivery, for example, and then you just put it on, and then a drone just comes, picks it up, and goes and
really, that's also in the wings.
Yes, it's in the wings.
Yango is not playing with anybody.
We're not playing.
Okay, so how has Yango adapted its services to meet the unique needs of different regions? Because I know you're in different regions as well, right?
Yes, we are. And company-wide, one of the first things that we did is in the cash collection. Across African markets mostly, there are different kinds of ways that people do cash transactions. So for example, in Ghana, we're able to integrate different kinds of payment options that we don't have in other countries, like mobile money, for people to be able to pay as quickly as possible. Yes. When we now talk about car types as well, classes that we have, in some of our markets, we have bike deliveries, bike transportation, where you can take a passenger on the
really?
back.
Like
Yes,
in
we have that.
Nigeria,
Yes, yes, we have those kinds of options. So what we try to do is be market specific. So we go into each of these regions, and then we find out what really works for them, what the people really need, and we use that to build our model.
Okay, so how do you go to these regions and do that? Do you have a specific team for that?
Yes, we have a launch team, globally set up, but they go into each of the regions, and then they do launch for these markets.
Oh, wow. And I know like setting up a business in Ghana is not easy, or it's easy, I don't know. You tell me your experience. So I want to know some of the challenges you faced and how you overcome them.
I think for Ghana, I would say, being a Nigerian, it's very easy.
Oh, okay.
Ease of doing business in Ghana is actually better. But in terms of setting up the business, I think that most of the regulatory bodies have been very, very supportive. So setting up a business in Ghana for us hasn't been much of a challenge. We do have experiences that are worse in other markets that we've been to.
Oh, then we love that for Ghana.
No, that's
That's
great. That's
good.
great news for
That's
Ghana.
really
Yes,
good.
yes, yes.
Okay, so you spoke about like the regulatory bodies that you've been working with. So I want to ask, like, how have these partnerships helped Yango become what it is today in Ghana?
Again, I give good kudos to most of the regulatory bodies. Let me not mention names because I might forget some, and then
Also,
they'll be
give me
like,
some I was going to ask you, give me some partners that you've worked with that have made you.
Oh, okay, yes, I'll tell you some. But in terms of the regulatory bodies, we've been trying. The benefit of the ride-hail space and taxi and transportation is enormous. Think about traffic decongestion. A lot of people have cars now, but because they can travel safe, secure, and affordably, they just leave the car at home. This also helps decongest traffic. Also looking at carbon credit. So there are a lot of benefits that we have. And most of the bodies have been very supportive. We're now discussing on how we can have some exemptions in duties, for example.
Oh, nice.
We're having discussions on how we can fast track the verifications of IDs, for example. So we're working closely with most of the regulatory bodies.
Oh, wow, that's good. And some partners you were going to give me some?
Yeah, so when you talk of partners, we choose our partners strategically, focus mostly on the passengers and the drivers, and a few of them for the partners. I could give you one example on each of them. For the drivers, for example, one of their biggest challenges is smartphone penetration, right?
Yeah.
How are they going to be able to get a phone for them to, be able to work because they're using tech? So we partnered with, I don't am I allowed to mention names, but
You
yes,
can.
so we partnered with Techno
Really?
to be able to do a buy now, pay later program for drivers.
For your drivers?
Yes, for the partner drivers, yes. We also have been focused mostly on health benefits. You see, the drivers of these partners or the drivers on the platform are, how would I say it? They want to work more than they want to take care of themselves.
Oh.
And so we've been able to partner with professional healthcare services like Beaver Health, where we kind of like provide subsidized healthcare services for these drivers. Because again, for us, it's not about just going from point A to B. There's a lot of things that can happen in a 5 or 10 minute ride. All right, so we want to make sure that the driver behind the wheel is in a very, very good place. I like how you say it. Yes, we want to make sure that he's correct. And, people just think about healthcare services just like, okay, you do dental, you do check for ulcer, you check for this, but we went another step. We did psychotherapy.
Really?
Mental health is something that, this is something that touched me the most, right? Because there are men in a society where men are not allowed to cry.
And even talk. Yeah, cry
is even far, like you can't talk, right? And we had the opportunity of, going around in different sessions. And I entered one of the rooms where they were talking to the guy, and the guy was crying. It means that he had been bottling up a lot of things inside that he couldn't put it out there. So for us, it's not just about, the physical, it's also the mental well-being of these drivers. So those are the kind of partnerships.
Yeah, because if your mind is not right, like nothing can go well for you, actually.
You see, it's funny how lucky people are every trip that they take, because you don't know what the driver is going through. And that's why we started this mental health thing, making sure that they're in the right state of mind. Come out, tell us, if it could be something that we could easily solve, just come out and tell us, and sometimes a problem shared is half solved, sometimes, they even, you know, when we interact with these drivers, we even find out that they know what the solution is.
Yeah.
They just needed to be able to
speak,
open up
yeah,
and just
speak
speak.
about
Yeah,
it.
so we give them that
That's really
opportunity
good
as
that
well.
you are doing mental health awareness and like helping these drivers, because it's really hard for men out here.
Yes, it's
really hard for men.
Being a man, I know.
You know? No, I get that.
Yes.
So, next question is, how does Yango ensure sustainability while scaling its business?
Oh, it's in the quality of delivery of what we're doing. From couriers to the taxis to even the sell and buy that we're doing now. We believe that it's not just about acquisition. We don't want to just get you. We want to get you and keep you. And most of our acquisition now comes from referral, right? People be like, oh, why? Use Yango. It's faster. Use Yango delivery. You know, use Yango taxi.
Yeah.
Use, you know. And so for us, we try to scale. But our focus is the moment we have you on board, we give you the possible best service that you can get. So in terms of the car quality, in terms of the driver quality, in terms of all the safety measures that we've put inside, our focus for sustainable growth is being able to continue to share scalable quality service.
So you get them and you keep them.
We keep them. We keep them and they help us get people.
That's good. Yeah. So what are Yango's plans for integrating emerging technologies like AI, which you've spoken about? I want you to talk about extensively, like how you got it in, how long it has been working, everything, yes.
I mean, when I talk about Yango, I mean, it's a global company. I represent Ghana. Unfortunately, we haven't put the ones that I want, but like I was telling you, one challenge that we had initially was dynamic pricing, where passengers were always complaining like, I need to know how much my fare is. Because what we're doing is solving a problem of the former kind of taxiing where you go down on the street, you stay under the sun, I must put under, you stay under the sun, but you have to flag down a taxi, discuss with him, and then you bargain, and then you get a price, and you know that that's what you're paying, right? How do we now use technology to solve this? And that's where AI came in, right? So what we did is that the AI is connected to like traffic, it's connected to historical data, time of day. It looks at when there is traffic on this side, how does it affect the other part, right? So that we're able to use that to predict a price and give you. So that helped us to reduce the tendency of unpredictability in prices, because it's a very big thing, because not that sometimes, it's because the person doesn't actually have it, right?
Yeah,
like, I get to the point, like, I mean, okay, I budgeted for this, right?
And you get there and then it's like 100
it's like 2x,
it's
you know?
serious.
So AI has helped us, you know, to tackle that particular problem.
Okay, is that where your range thing came in?
Yes,
So
we started with the AI and we saw that the accuracy was around 65%. 65% actually is good, right? But it's not the best. So what we did was that we tried to check how off it was, and then that's where the price range came from. So with the price range now, we're around like 96% accurate in every price that we predict. So we're telling you it's going to be between this minimum, or it cannot be more than this maximum. Usually falls in between that, and with that price range, we're almost 100% accurate.
Oh, okay. So then that's why the price range came into...
Yes,
okay, because I saw it and I was like...
no, so the price range is also because, you see, in the space, right, we have the passenger and the driver, and you have to satisfy both of them, right? If I was to crash the prices down now, all the passengers will be happy.
Yeah,
but guess what? The drivers
would
would
be sad.
Again, we also understand that whilst we're expecting the passenger to pay a bit more, the driver is going to be sad, because what causes this change? You know, I'm stuck in traffic, right? So I burn fuel, right? I have to pass a longer road because somewhere was blocked. I burn fuel, right? And so we had to strike that balance to be able to satisfy the passenger to say, oh, it's not going to be more than this. It could be this, right? But also for the driver, we're going to say, in the event, you know, that something happens, these are the possible things that could happen. We want to ensure you that you get enough money for your time's worth.
Okay, that's a very solid plan. It's fair. It's quite fair.
Yes.
I can't complain. Okay.
Great.
So what future trends in mobility and logistics are Yango most excited about?
For us, I think there are two: self-driving cars and electric vehicles.
Okay.
I'll say self-driving cars globally because we do have it in some of our countries now.
Yeah.
But for the Ghana market, I think the electric vehicles are one of the things that we're excited about. We're doing a lot of background work because for the electric vehicle to come in, one, is capital intensive, but we need to be able to have the regulatory framework set up and active and implemented. we can say set up, we can say, but actively implemented now is something I can't say.
Yeah, okay.
And also for the infrastructural framework, right? How are we able to ensure that cars won't be stopped on the road because of charging, right? So the charging infrastructure needs to be there, right? And also capacity building. So we're working around capacity building first, making sure the technical know-how is available on the ground. We're working on the infrastructural framework just to be sure that, when these cars actually start coming in, we have the infrastructure to manage and hold it, and also the regulatory framework. We're making sure that, if we can, and I must add here that the government is doing a lot. The customs unit is doing a lot to ensure that the implementation of certain things come into fruition, because we're actively discussing with them. But waivers for the electric vehicles would help bring the prices down.
Nice.
Whilst we're working on these infrastructure.
Okay, so you don't have the electric vehicles yet.
No, it's what we're excited about. We're
Okay,
looking towards it.
okay.
I think I'm already letting the cat out of the bag.
Please
but
let it out over here. That's a guy.
yeah, I'll let it out here, and then I go and get some whip in the office. But I'm super excited about
Yeah.
what is to come.
Okay, I can't wait.
There's a lot of unused electricity in Ghana. So
Yeah, so we're going to use the electric vehicles. So that's like no fuel, right? That's what
yes,
it
it's
is.
actually zero fuel.
Zero
It's
fuel.
fuel.
Okay, wow, Yango, you're doing well. Okay, so now, how does Yango measure success?
I think for us, it's very important that we're looking at, I'm telling you business metrics now, okay?
Just tell me,
But I mean, randomly, we check our customer base, first of all. We don't just look at the customer count in terms of active customers. We have people that are scrumming online daily to make sure that we see spontaneous mentions, satisfaction. We have various customer satisfaction scoring techniques that we use. We also check on the driver side as well for the supply. We check, driver satisfaction, retention. These are the ways. For us, it's not about getting new people. For us, it's being able to hold and service the people that we
You
have.
already have,
Yes.
because they are the ones that
They
refer you.
would bring. And you see, what if they don't, right? Even if they don't, right? If I'm going to have 2 customers forever, I want to give them the best service.
Okay.
And make sure that I maintain those 2.
Okay, so you're big on like customer experience.
Yes, that's what we're
All right. Okay, so that's how you guys measure your success.
Well, I guess that's how we are growing.
Okay, that's okay. So, what advice would you give to startups looking to scale in the mobility sector?
I would say focus on value
Okay.
than returns. Believe me, returns will come because you see, the challenge is actually in finding a challenge that you're able to solve. That's just the challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, so focus
That's
on
deep.
focus. It's not that deep. It's actually the truth. A lot of startups know this, and what you get to see is, unfortunately, in this space they start, they raise some funds, and then they go bizarre. Right? So if you focus on the value that you're giving, I think you'll be able to sustain yourself and grow. We've taken some time to grow, but it's because we focused, and that's why we can grow sustainably.
Okay, that's good. So, what advice would you give to, what will you tell the startups, right? What are the investors looking for?
Okay.
So, what are some things that the investors are looking for in the startup?
So I think most of the investors are looking for longevity, right? What is something that can stand the test of time? What is something that is also scalable? So if you're able to find something that is long-term and is also scalable, most of the investors will be knocking at your door.
Okay, that's good. Guys, listen to him. Okay, so my last question for you is, what's next for Yango in terms of expansion and innovation? You've given us a little bit, but give us more.
Yeah, in terms of expansion and innovation, it's very important that we say categorically, and I'm going to just limit this to Ghana now, that we're coming to your city. We're doing a lot of city expansions now. We want to go into a lot of new markets within Ghana. We've been focused mainly on Accra because we wanted to get it. For where we are now, I think we've gotten it. We've gotten the right model, we've gotten the right product, we've gotten the right pricing technique, and then we're going to go into all those other markets.
Okay, but I saw that you were doing buy and sell now.
Yes.
So can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Okay, so Sell and Buy is one of our add-ons to making the app a super app. We want to make the Yango app a one-stop shop, right? So as you know, we started with taxi, we pushed the taxi for a while, and then we added the courier service. So the delivery has come on board, and then
The
now
delivery is really booming, though.
it is great. It's great. It's super great.
Yeah.
And there's so much that the delivery team are doing, to ensure that they give you that on-demand service, which is something that's very scarce. And then we added the sell and buy as well. So we're building up more and more services. Happy to tell you that, in fact, in the ecosystem, we have over 2,000 businesses, and we will be adding them one after the other to be able to, based on the needs of the people, right? So people are like, okay, what would people really want now? We have a lot of services that we want to bring in. Super excited as we roll out these services. We'll probably come
Can you
on.
give us one or two? You come back here, right? That's the other. No, so give us an exclusive then.
I could try, but I don't also know. It depends on the scale of preference. So yes, I'd rather not say, so I don't raise people's hopes, and then we don't bring, that one. But again, it's just important. I mean, not part of the questions that you've asked, but I think it's important to also say that a lot of young people need to focus and build capacity. Capacity building is something that we're passionate about. So if you do have, projects focused on education, specifically like data science, tech, we're willing to support. We're happy to support groups, individuals. This is something that we are passionate about. I don't know if you've heard of the Yango Education.
I think I saw some pictures of it online.
So we recently launched Yango Education. What that's going to do is, look, a lot of young people don't just know what they're doing right now. And it's maybe because of time, maybe it's because of stress, pressure, whatever it is, but they don't just know, right? And so we thought about what we could give back, and we're giving 500 free slots to Ghanaians to come and learn data science.
That's amazing.
Now, this is not just like data science for IT people, right? That's the misconception. We're trying to open up a program where you're able to get data analysis and data visualization, right? The visualization is also like, storytelling, how to be able to report.
Nice.
So you take data and you say, okay, these are the number of people that do X, Y, Z, right? But also how you would show that so people understand it. We're trying to build that capacity. It's a 1-month course that you can almost literally get a job with afterwards. So we're giving 500 slots for that one.
Just 1 month?
Yeah. So it's an online course for 1 month.
Okay.
And then at the end, you get a certificate. You can build your portfolio, and then you can actually go out and either, apply for some data science jobs, or you can start a freelance service, and then you offer that service.
And because the world is moving towards tech.
It is.
Everything is
Unfortunately,
about tech now.
it is. Now AI, data science, these things. I mean, data science itself is like you not being able to use Microsoft Word.
Oh.
It's like
That's
okay, so
very basic.
it's very, so data science is that basic now. People don't want to hear things. They want to see it through data. Why should I invest my money here? Because data shows that this. Why should I not go through this route? Because data shows that by this time of the day, every time
something can happen there.
Something can happen there.
Okay. So that's good. So you're giving 500 slots to students doing data science.
To anybody, yes,
Okay.
anybody that is interested in developing. So you could be in pharmaceuticals, right? But you want to know at what time of the month do people, come and collect pads the most, or what time of the month do people take malaria drugs the most, or what is the correlation between rainy season and malaria drugs? Those kinds of things, you'll be able to put it together if you have this course. You could be in agriculture, you could be in, you can analyze, crops or anything. You can like
do anything,
in any sector,
basically.
right? In any
Yes.
sector, people need to be able to analyze data in that sector, and that's why we're opening it up to general public.
That's good. Yango Education is doing well.
Great
You guys are so good. Thank you so much for
It was a
coming.
pleasure.
It was a pleasure
It was
for
a
me
pleasure,
too. Thank you
sir.
so much for sharing your insights with me and then our viewers. So thank you. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We're going for a short commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Trust in the your best at wow business. Wa brown news is simple. Go bomb me. Hanko bombe needing the tendo. Mami nchire mu nchire. Kojo chire. We yete send wako kejeti akwaji store na se wako makola akwaji store ba uti ufi. Download the app ni your friend Nintendo na sign it up. Nchire ma na se minjai. Kojo chire. Sign up ni simple app ni so free. Wa download we are sign app no mami nchire o se ni obe use app. We bi app na we obehu nyama bebre o nti hwe ne ubetimi aton. Mi nchire ma na. Kojo chire. Hu ni opese oton na fa profit to 25 cedi 50 cedis and now 1 billion. Mi nchire ma na. Kojo chire. Audio profit atu so we na fa post ko social media Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Me use Twitter and you be click link no kwoto sa de na de nipa sika man na amfa so na kudon na beto account me za kire ma na kojo kirem ko honum ne obehu bia fa wo de to so profit no wo dia some amu ni se convoy enye ka ba ko pa ne de ntimi hu yanam ko ka cha me na mfofo say na ba nti wo mun download the Tendo am ne make money me kire ma.
Opportunity Spotlight. Welcome back to Opportunity Spotlight from Business Tech Guide, where we highlight potential game-changing opportunities. Resilience 17 is launching the Gold Time AI Accelerator for Nigerian startups, offering up to $200,000 in funding, mentorship, and resources to help develop AI products. You can apply on resilience17.com. That's all we have for Opportunity Spotlight today. We're going for a short commercial break. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Business Tool of the Week. Welcome back from the break. We're still watching Business Tech Guide on DGN. This is the last segment, Business Tool of the Week, where we introduce you to the latest technology making waves in the business world. Today, we're exploring Lumen 5. It is an AI-powered tool that converts written content into engaging videos. It simplifies videos creation by allowing users to easily transform articles and blog posts into visually appealing video content. Here's a quick guide to using it. 1. Sign up. Create an account. 2. Import content. Paste text or URL. 3. Customize. Add images and choose styles. 4. Add music or voiceover. Select music and upload voiceovers. 5. Export. Preview and export your video. Lumen 5 makes video creation easy and effective. It's ideal for enhancing content marketing with minimal efforts. We hope you found the information insightful. Don't forget to join us next time for more news, interviews, and updates in the world of business and technology. Until then, I'm your host, Nadia Chantel, and this is Business Tech Guide. This show is sponsored by Tendo Technologies. Don't forget to tune in next week. Bye! Introducing Business Tech Guide, where business and tech meets endless possibilities. Join us whilst we explore the latest updates in the world of business and technology. Do not miss out.